Colors. Hold. All right, bud. Left. Face. Freeze. And colors.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the guns bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Giving us strength in times of trial, and celebrating our victories and our joys. Let the effect of your blessing remain with your faithful people to give them new life and strength of spirit and sustain them so that the power of your love will enable them to accomplish what is right and good. Amen.
Thank you, Deacon. At this time, I would like to ask any committee members for the Spring Hill Relay to step up front. And there are a lot of you, orange shirts, I see you. There's over 30 committee members that make this event take place. Keep coming. I'd also like to say thank you to these people and all the participants of our relay. Thank you very much. I don't know if you can see behind me, but there's a banner that was earned by this relay that we hold very near and dear. At over 350 relays in the state of Florida, the Spring Hill Relay was number 22.
I also think we need to give a great big round of applause to our event chairperson, Maureen Wickers.
Thank you. I'd also like to thank our survivors for coming and joining us today, because without you, we would not have the energy to do what we do. So thank you, our survivors. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our speaker for our opening ceremony. Last year, Karen, or Bubba as we finally call her, was walking the survivor lap with her pink baseball cap on, with her family and everyone who loved her very close at hand. Bubba was just starting up her second cancer journey, this time with breast cancer. I'm very happy to say that Bubba is in remission. And she's going to tell us a little bit of her story right now. Karen?
Hello, Spring Hill Relay Life, number 22 in the state of Florida. I would like to say it's an honor to be here tonight. However, I was the one who asked if I could give the speech. For those of you who know me, you know I love to talk. You know the expression, I wear hats of many different colors? Well, I wear shirts of many different colors. I wear pink because I survived breast cancer.
You can find her on the corner of Spring Hill Drive and 19th.
Anywhere where you'll give me money, I'll be there. I wear this shirt orange because I got involved in Relay for Life and I wanted to make a difference. So I joined the planning committee. I wear this shirt because I'm a member of Team Bubba and James. I am Bubba, and in a few minutes I'll tell you about James, unless James is coming up here. Coming up here? Come on, James. James is my little one. He's 4 years old. He's been fighting leukemia since he was 2. So we decided, our families became very, very close, and we decided to form a family of teammates. Want to hold that for me? Ready? Ready, go? And I wear this shirt because it's very special to me. This shirt is my favorite. It's purple. It means that I am a survivor. Last year I was bald and nauseous, and look at me now. Hey, this is a little bit about my story. When I opened my eyes, I looked into his face, and I saw the sorrow, and I knew. For the second time in 9 years, the diagnosis, cancer. My daughter Danielle came from work and came running into the room with tears flowing down her face, and she hugged me in a very protective hold. She looked at me and she said, "Why you?" And my answer to her simply was, "Why not me?" Cancer does not discriminate. It does not care if you are young or old, black or white, rich or poor, male or female, friend or foe. It hits where it wants to and when it wants to. We are here tonight to fight back. We say no more. Right? Look at all those purple shirts. Raise your hands. We are the fighters and the survivors. We are part of a unique sisterhood and brotherhood that no one wants to join, but when you hear those words, "I'm sorry, but it's cancer," you automatically become a lifetime member of this society. Each one of us has a story from the day of diagnosis till today. Each tale, each journey is different. We have all followed many paths as we trot along. You gave me a table, you need to watch. As we trot along this winding road, ultimately bringing us all together to this precise moment in time. We fought many different types of cancer. We fought many different stages of cancer. But right now, right here, at this precise moment, our desire is the same, to survive. Each day we live, we are thriving survivors. We are warriors. We are fighters. We are an army bound together by a common battle cry. We must beat cancer. I see that. Thanks, Diane. Thanks.
Some people. He's going down there. He's got a job.
Cancer diagnosis gives you an inner strength that you never knew you had. You never possessed this, you didn't think. You have to deal with all types of issues. You have to adapt to these life-changing events and not let them consume you. There are doctor visits, there are treatments, there are the effects of treatments. The list goes on and on. Don't let it consume you. You have to learn to cope with the fear of the unknown. You also realize today, I have a life. Don't let the sadness of your past and the fear of your future ruin your happiness today. Stay positive, because today is the best day of your life. You build an army of supporters. You have to look for the best medical team for you. You look for the best treatments, and then you begin. You deal with family and friends. You quickly learn who cares and who doesn't. You learn to accept help. Your independence diminishes, and you rely on people to be there for you. A diagnosis does not only affect you, it brings everyone that you knows you to their knees. The people who step up to the challenge of fighting by your side are our heroes. And you want to know who they are? They're the people who prayed for you to be cured. They came when I had the cancer diagnosis. They told me I was still beautiful, even though I was bald. They bought luminaries and lit them in my honor. They came when I was driven to treatments. They told me they loved me. They told me there was a light at the end of the tunnel. They told me that there was a light at the tunnel, and each treatment would bring me one step closer. Okay, I'm the end. You cried with me, and you wiped away my tears. You cooked for me, and you cleaned my house. You held my hand when I was terrified. You laughed with me. You told me, suck it up. I don't feel a thing. When they stuck the needle into my port, I hated it, and you made a joke every time. You walked the first relay lap and relay. You walked the first lap in Relay for Life in my honor. And you're the one who visited me in the hospital. You wiped my tears, and you made sure that the pain medication kicked in. And to all of you, this is my army. I want to say thank you. There are also caretakers who still walk in memory of those that were lost this year or have been lost in the past. They are here tonight to support someone who walks for the first time in memory of a mom, dad, child, brother, sister, friend, or grandparent who lost their battle. You have no choice but to give this 110%. You, the caretakers, are my heroes. You people became my family. To my daughter Danielle and her family, I want to say thank you. My grandsons, my son-in-law, they put their life on hold for 6 months. They drove me to every treatment. They were there. And my grandsons thought it was only part of the summer last year. They thought that getting Bubba better was their job. So thank you to them. A cancer diagnosis makes you wanna live. I want to see past the storm and dance in the rain. I want to see my grandchildren grow old. I want to see my children grow old. I want to see many more tomorrows. My team, as you heard, is Bubba and James. James is my little one. As I said, James is 4 now and has been battling since he's 2 years old. My long-term goal, I want to dance with James at his wedding. I want to keep my pledge to God. When I was going through treatments, I said, get me through this, and I will do all that I can to raise money and awareness to fight cancer. Each day is a gift. No one is guaranteed a tomorrow. Make the best of each day. Don't sweat the small stuff. Be thankful for what you have. If you have your health, you have it all. I am 63 years old. I am a 2-time cancer survivor. I have been blessed with 4 children, 2 girls, Jennifer, raise your hand, Jennifer, and Danielle, and 2 boys, you do, Joshua and Joseph. Each one is different. Each one handled my diagnosis differently. People are different, but they all love me. I have 4 amazing grandsons, Jaden, Brandon, Jaron, and Jordan. There's also a man in my life, Frank. For 14 years, he was there. He also handled it very differently. I do not have to ask, though. What I want to ask one thing. As a survivor, you have to give back. You have to actively make a concerted effort to join Relay for Life. It's not just about a dinner and a t-shirt. You have a story. Your story can inspire one person. Your story can make one person realize that they have a future. It's our obligation to do what we can for Relay for Life, for the American Cancer Society, to make sure that cancer is wiped out. You have to share your tale. Yes, cancer is quite a journey. Cancer fighters are amazing individuals. In the midst of a storm, we can meet many rays of sunshine to help the storm clear. Each of us is one of those rays. We share a bond that not too many people have, but you've got to love each other. Did you know that there are 5,100 Relays for Life in the United States with 3.5 million people who participate? It shows that silence will not fight against cancer. Action will. To those of you who are part of Spring Hill Relay for Life, I want to say thank you. I am indebted to you for caring. You give of yourselves by raising money and awareness in this community that cancer patients and survivors like myself will win. I want to say thank you for caring. And finally, I want to add, whenever you find yourself doubting how you can go on, just remember how far you have come. Remember all the things you have faced, all the battles you have won, and all the strength and wisdom you have gained, and all the fears you have beaten down and overcome. You are strong, you are courageous, and you are loved. And in closing, to everyone here tonight, to the dignitaries, to Maureen, Johnny, Allison, Michelle, Gail, my buddy, Jean, to all the associates with Spring Hill Relay for Life, thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me and teaching me how to fulfill my commitment to God. Thank you for giving of yourself every day to make this night a reality.
I always have to acknowledge some special survivors. And this year there are several of them. My first is very special, and if you notice the banner at the front of the stage, ACS is celebrating 100 years in existence. Cindy, is Graham still here? If Graham could come up to the front. Cindy and Graham. Graham was at the survivor dinner. I hope she's still here. Graham is 100 years old. Graham was born the year ACS came to life. She was here. I hope she's still. Yep, here comes Graham. No, that's not Graham. Oh, Graham is coming? At the same time, I would like to acknowledge a few other, and I see this one up close. Cheyenne, who is going to be speaking earlier. Cheyenne is a survivor. She is going to be one of our speakers in our Fight Back ceremony. Cheyenne is right there. Thank you. Jaslyn, where's my Jazz? Jaslyn, 7 years remission, diagnosed at 17 days. Where's James? Where's James? Come get yours. James. There you go. There you go. And I have another special one I really want up here by Graham. Connor. Connor was actually diagnosed in vitro. He was a very lucky little boy. He happened to be a breech birth, and that's how they detected his cancer. Connor is a 2-year survivor. Get Connor over here by Graham so we can get some Kodak moments, Miss Denise. And at this time, I'd like to introduce a very special lady. We have been very fortunate with our teams here at Relay. Our Spring Hill Kiwanis has been supporting Relay for years. And we have a member of the Kiwanis, Debbie, who is a cancer survivor. Her mother is a cancer survivor, and her granddaughter has a special song that she would like to share with you, and I'm going to let Debbie have the pleasure of introducing her. Debbie?
Hi. Welcome everybody, and luckily, it's hard to believe, I'm a 38-year cancer survivor. I had bone cancer during my college years, and I didn't think much about it then. I was kind of young and invincible, and it wasn't until later that it kind of hit me about what really could have happened, might have happened, would have happened if it wasn't diagnosed. So I feel really lucky, even with my aches and pains and arthritis, that I can deal with that. And especially when I see these young kids, and you know, it just always somebody has something worse. This year has been kind of tough. I've had several friends and neighbors recently diagnosed with cancer. Some didn't make it, some are still battling, and it's a constant battle for everybody. And like Karen said, it's not just the victim, it's the family. Again, I was very young when my diagnosis hit me, and it didn't affect me, but I know my parents who were out there, they went through hell. Friends and other family didn't know what to say or how to react, but we're all here together tonight, and I'm very proud to introduce my granddaughter, who, thank God, does not have cancer. She has been performing since the age of 3, has competed with her Spotlight kids in the Access Broadway competition in Orlando, and their school has won Best Overall Performer 4 years in a row. A couple months ago, I heard her sing a song from an off-Broadway show called Danny Girl, and the song was called My Hair, about a young girl with leukemia who's bald and wants her hair back. When I heard her sing and saw the audience reaction, crying and goosebumps and everything, I just felt, oh my gosh, that would be awesome for her to sing at Relay. So Miranda Wolf, one of the loves of my life, and whose brother is out there, my stepdaughter and son-in-law, my husband, my cousins. Here's Miranda to sing a song called My Hair.
I'm not quite 10, yet once again,
before. But now I'm unsure. Can I find a cure? If I find your stupid answer, if I find a why, then I will not die. Gonna find a reason, it's there. I'm gonna get back my hair. In life you learn to just sit by. But I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm so appalled by being bald that I've resolved, yes, now I am inspired. This time it's do or die. Cancer, say goodbye. Try to stop me if you dare. I'm gonna get back my hair. I know that it's a fact of life. Everybody dies someday. But I've had my share of grief and strife, and I've got too many games to play. I don't care how or what it takes. For once and all, I'm eliminating sickness. I'll purge this pox, have radiant locks of gold and lavish. I'll have luxurious sickness. You'll see how strong I've grown. I'll do this on my own. That I'll stare him down and take back my hair. Yes, everyone dies and life is unfair, but that's all lies, 'cause I'm well aware that a girl cannot die. No, a girl will not die. Who has French twisted ponytail braided and dyed, permed and conditioned and moussed and blow dried, teased and gelled and pulled in a bun, the fjord and sprayed and ribboned up done, healthy and beautiful, invincible, omnipotent hair. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask the survivors, when the purple people that you saw earlier come up to the track and wave through here, that you join them on the track as I tell the story of the 18 hours. Relay for Life is an 18-hour journey, providing the light and dark of day and the night to parallel the physical effects, emotions, and mental state of a cancer patient while undergoing treatment. Relay for Life begins during the day, when the sun is shining bright and the excitement and energy is flowing through the community. The setting sun symbolizes the time when a cancer patient is diagnosed with cancer. The day is getting darker, and this represents the cancer patient's state of mind as he or she feels cancer is coming to an end. As the evening goes on, it gets colder and darker, just as the emotions of our cancer patients. Around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, represents the time in the morning when the cancer patient starts treatment. They become exhausted, some sick, not wanting to go on, possibly wanting to give up. As a participant, you have been walking and feel much the same way. You are tired, want to sleep, and maybe even want to go home. Around 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. symbolizes the time that the treatment is coming to an end for the cancer patient. And once again, they are tired, but they know they will make it. I invite our survivors to join them on the track. The sun starts rising. The sun starts rising, and this represents the end of the treatment for our cancer patients. They see the light at the end of the tunnel.
That was beautiful.
And they know that life will go on. The morning light brings on a new day full of life and excitement for new beginnings for our cancer patients. As a participant, you will relay and you will feel the brightness of the morning and know that the end of the relay is coming close at hand. When you leave the relay, think of these cancer patients. They're leaving their last treatment just as you are exhausted and weak. So have these cancer patients been. But as a new day arrives, and we continue to take up the fight against cancer, remember, there is no finish line until there's a cure. Please join me as we honor our survivors in the opening lap.
Tenemos tú y yo algo pendiente, tú me debes algo y lo sabes, conmigo ella se pierde, no le rinde cuentas a nadie. Tenemos tú y yo algo pendiente, tú me debes algo y lo sabes.
Eddie, if you'd please come up. Yet another success story. Praise God.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is such an honor to be here tonight. When I originally was asked to be a guest speaker at Relay for Life, I said, oh, no. I said, I didn't have breast cancer. She said, it's for all kinds of cancer. So I am happy to report I am a year and a half, stage 3, colon cancer survivor. I have a dear friend here who's 30 years survived cancer, so she was my mentor. I was completely shocked when I had a colonoscopy and he said, oh, we found stage 3 malignant tumor and you have to have surgery right away. And I said, I don't think so, doc. Number one, I feel good. First mistake. I said, I'm living my daily life. Everything has changed. Nothing has changed. My eating habits haven't changed. He said, that's beside the point. This is what we found. So I immediately had to see a surgeon and an oncologist. But first I had to go see my children in Omaha, Nebraska. The surgeon said, well, if that's what you want to do. I said, yes. So I went and I broke the news to the kids and came back. I had surgery November 14th of 2011. Now I had a colonoscopy 2009. It was not there. I was not due till July of 2012. And they found this in October of 2011. So it's another indication of, well, everything is good. And you know, it's a pain when they always want you to go get blood work. Doctor wants blood work again. Gee, I just gave you blood 4 months ago. Well, we want it again. Well, my hemoglobin was low, which was an indication. And the doctor said, are you bleeding anywhere? And I said, no, nothing visible. He said, okay. Well, then we did another testing, and that proved, yes, you're bleeding. Went and had the colonoscopy, and so forth and so on. I started chemo January the 4th, 2012. As everyone starts out, you know, it's fearful, but I grew up as a person that would not allow, when I became a young adult, I had found it very hard to hang out with negative people. You know, the downers, the crepe hangers, it just went against my grain for some reason. So when I was confronted with this cancer, I said, I said, I've always been a positive person. My glass has always been half full rather than half empty. So I remember reading a book that was out many, many years ago, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, The Power of Positive Thinking. So before I had started the chemo, I said, I'm going to buy that book again. And I purchased it in a bookstore in Nashville, Tennessee, where I was visiting with my daughter. And I started to read it, and it reinforced my positive thinking. That there's no way in God's good earth this is going to, do me in. I have 8 grandchildren, and Monday I had my 6th great-grandbaby. So, however, I did tell my grandchildren, I'm a little young for this job. However, this is the beauty of the fight is always there. Yeah, it was a little scary in the beginning, but I said, well, yeah, you get up in the morning and you put one foot in front of the other, because that's all you can do, and it's in God's hands. And I just pray that whatever will be, that's the way it's going. I did the chemo. I was supposed to do 12 treatments. I did 8 because I lost a lot of weight. Of course, I put it back on very fast. It doesn't take long to put it back on. And of course, the diarrhea and all the other stuff that goes with it. And my last chemo day was April 15th. I felt particularly very stressed out, very fatigued that day. And so I thought, this is really odd. But anyway, I went about the day. My son-in-law, my stepson was here. We went to the cemetery. My husband had passed away a few years ago. And I took him to the airport. Now, this is a story I would really like for you to pay close attention, because I never heard of it. And I don't know if any of you have or if you've experienced it. I dropped them off, and I was to meet my girlfriends at 6:30 on 54, coming from the airport. Well, they sent out the police from Pasco County looking for me. They sent out, they couldn't get me on my cell phone. I remember going to a gas station, using the ladies' room. I think I was in a dollar store. I was lost for 6 hours. I was totally disorientated. If they said, well, if you sell your firstborn child, we'll get you home. Couldn't even do that. I had no clue whatsoever. And then I live right off 19, right out here, Timber Pines. I saw a sign that said Hudson. I saw a Spring Hill sign. 11:30, this was 6:30 at night when I started out. 11:30 at night, 2 cops in Citrus County pulled me over because I was weaving. Don't ask me for 6 hours that I didn't kill myself or somebody else. I had no clue whatsoever. I remember going down a road that it was blocked off. And I thought, well, I'll just turn myself around. I followed light, still had no clue. So when I think that they found me in Citrus County, I rode right by my front door. Didn't even know enough to go home. By the time they pulled me over, and they were not very nice at first, step out of the car. Now, I had developed neuropathy from the chemo, so my footing was not great on sand and gravel. And I got out, and they said, put the flashlight in my eyes. I'm a grandmother, I'm a great-grandmother, putting lights in my eyes. Light in my eyes, they had me walk around. Are you doing drugs? Have you been drinking? No. So they put me in the back of the car. And I said, well, you know, the funny thing is I did, if you want to call it a drug, I said I had a chemo treatment today. These officers were so young. My right hand to God, the kid says to me, how do you spell chemo? I mean, I was like, it's very easy, C-H-E-M-O, you know. Anyway, they sat there and they went all the way to Inverness to get a tow truck to bring me home. Put my car on the tow truck, they took me home. They probably should have taken me to the hospital. But anyway, they were so nice, and I kept thanking them, and they said, well, you may not think we're so nice because we still have to give you a citation. $166 later, because it was a moving violation. I said, okay, fine, yeah. So we get home. Now they said, well, can you get in the tow truck? Now, you know how high a tow truck is? I said, well, I think so. So these two grandkids age people took me both by the arm and they walked me to this truck. And I said, well, as long as I can grab a hold of one of those, I got up. It was like 12:30, 1 o'clock by the time I got home. So I'm sitting in my recliner and I hear my front door open. In walks a Hernando County deputy. I've had Pasco looking for me. I've had Citrus County looking for me. No, they didn't look for me. They just happened to find me. And this officer comes in from Hernando County. Number one, I got what for having my front door unlocked. And he was angry. He was not joking. The second one, he said, your friend Tony's looking all over for you. She wants you to call her. I said, oh, okay. He said, well, where's your cell phone? I said, it's in my coat pocket. He says, no, it's not. It's in a gas station down in Pasco County. The original on Fox Hollow, a brand new racetrack. I left it there somewhere. I had no clue. And so I said, oh. So I called and he said, this is what I'm going to do. So the next day I woke up like it never happened. I was like my old self. I went down to get the phone. They didn't have it. The Pasco deputy had it. I called the Hernando detective. He said, all right, I don't want you going down there again. I'll go down and connect with the deputy from that night. He said, and I will, tomorrow morning, when you open your door, your cell phone will be on top of your newspaper. But when I come back, that front door better be locked. I mean, he was not joking. He said, you know, some people, they live in these gated communities, think it's okay, I don't have to lock my door, you know. Very, very bad lesson, you know, to find. The point of this is what I want to get to is what I heard over at the dinner table tonight are the things that are available to those going through chemo and those that have finished with it. I learned about the makeup and all that. But they also said, well, you can get a ride to your chemo. Nobody said I couldn't drive myself. So I drove back and forth for 8 weeks. I felt fine. Whatever happened that day, I was so fatigued and so out of it. I mean, I don't know how I didn't kill myself or somebody else. I have no clue whatsoever. To this day, I couldn't tell you where it was for 6 hours on April 13th. So the point being, when you learn what is available to us, you know, we need to take advantage of things like that. The next thing I heard about was Live Strong at the YMCA. Yay! Ah, there she is. I had to wait. There was a list because more and more people are hearing about it. It's a 12-week program, ladies and gentlemen. Take advantage of it. It's a 12-week program. You go twice a week for an hour and a half. You have your own personal trainer, and it's free. And the purpose of it is to strengthen your upper and body, you know, because of the chemo. So I went and I made 5 new friends. I got this wonderful gal here that she taught me how to do planking. I'm the planking queen of the YMCA over there. I did cycling, which oh my God. And the faster the music goes, the faster you have to pedal, you know. So I am a survivor, and I know I'm young. My surviving stage is young. It's only an hour, and it's only a year and a half. Right? Year and a half, 2 days, 3 hours, whatever. My friend was 30 years. I don't know where she disappeared to. Ovarian cancer, 30 years. There she is. She was my mentor. But you know what? I found new mentors tonight. The little 17-year-old baby who's now 7. The little 2-year-old. The one little baby that, when it was in infertile, found the cancer. These are the inspirations. And I'm blessed. I'm not lucky, I'm just blessed. I thank God. Every day I get up and I say, this is it. And every time I turn a corner, I still get good news. PET scan came back clean as a whistle. First colonoscopy after the surgery, clean as a whistle. Instead of seeing the doctor 3 months, I went to 4 months. Now I'm up to 6 months. He said, when you come back in 6 months, I'll let you go once a year. Now, I don't know if things get any better than that. But I really, really have to pay homage to this choir tonight, if I just may. I have a small bucket list, not because I think I'm bailing out. I just have a bucket list of, I have time to do things. I wanted to take swimming lessons, that's how I got involved in the YMCA. And I had a 17-year-old Springstead High School swim teacher. I can do a lap. I got a certificate and everything. I said I told her I wanted to learn the breathing method. Okay, well you got to put your face in the water. I said, I had to put my face in the water? So that was really the first lesson I learned. Yes. So then I bought the goggles, the whole thing, and it was great. Then my second one was to go up in a hot air balloon. I haven't done that yet, but I have a friend who says, well, I have a plane, I'll take you up and you can see everything. I said, yeah, but those little planes, well, they're always in Tampa Bay. He said, yeah, but my plane has parachutes on them. So I'm going to go up in that. And my third one, as I want to pay homage to this beautiful choir here tonight, it may seem strange. I'm an Irish kid, you know, I don't sing well. I sang in a choir as a kid, but I always loved gospel music. And I said, one of the things on my bucket list was I want to sing with a gospel choir in a Baptist church. But I said, we're not going to find this. And then I thought, I said, the icing on the cake is to sing with a black choir in a Baptist church. That's where I want to be. So my daughter-in-law in Omaha, Nebraska, I was talking to her and I was telling her about this, you know, she said, well, you know, Mom, her best friend is Tammy, who happens to be a black girl, who I know for 20 years. She said, well, Tammy sings. I said, does Tammy go to a Baptist church? Well, of course she goes to a Baptist church, she says. I said, does she sing? I hear Tammy in the background. I'm an alto 1. I said, well, I'm probably an alto 3. She said, Grandma Betty, when you come to Omaha in June, she said, you come and you sing in my choir. So I said, well, Tammy, I'll come to a practice. I don't want to be, you know. So I said, well, I'll stand behind you. And my daughter-in-law says, yeah, like they're not going to notice you. So that is my, you know, we make little things to ourselves because God has given us time. We look at our children differently. We look at our friends differently. We look at the world differently. I mean, our world is chaos. We have to pray for it every day. But if we do, keep doing the good things. But I would love to encourage everybody to go to that wonderful YMCA and to sign up for Live Strong because it is fantastic. As I said, I am the planking queen of plank. She said I have to plank. Can I plank? Plank! Plank!
Oh, she's 77 in case you want to know. Oh my God. That's crazy. Thank you so much, Betty, and the planking demonstration.